All right, y'all. So one thing that I was looking forward to hearing about coming out of that WBC convention was whether or not they would mandate Carlos Adames as Jermall Charlo's mandatory at 160 pounds for the WBC title. We know that Carlos Adames has been on a win streak as of late. I think after Jermall Charlo fought Sergey Derevyanchenko, Carlos Adames fought him and beat him as well. And then his last fight was against Jermall Charlo's last opponent in Juan Montiel. And Adames went out there. I think he stopped. I think he got a stoppage over Montiel. So Adames has been, walking in Jermall Charlo's tracks, and marching his way up to a title shot. And he's right there. I felt like, this may be the time that the WBC would have called it, but I'm thinking that maybe they didn't call it because Jermall Charlo is reportedly injured, or at least he pulled out of his last fight due to a reported injury. So maybe that has something to do with it. I really need to look further into it, but it was just something that I was eager to find out whether or not they would do that. I definitely think that a fight between Jermall Charlo and Adames would be a great fight. It would be a great fight for the fans. Of course, a great opportunity for Adames. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for Jermall Charlo as well. Definitely a great opponent. A very let me rephrase. I'm not saying great as an Adames is a great fighter right now, but I mean that I think is a great matchup. Let me put it that way. So to have a great matchup, you got to have two great opponents. I think they're great opponents for each other, which makes for a great matchup. I like the fight. I've been thinking about this fight happening for probably over a year now, and hoping that it would come to fruition, and it just hadn't happened yet. I don't know what's next for Adames if he's not going to get that title shot at Jermall Charlo, but I'm pretty sure there's probably something in the works for him coming up, because I feel like he needs to stay active, and I think he needs to ride his wave. Right now, like I said, he's coming off of some big wins. He's been looking good. He's been looking better each time out, in my opinion. And I think he needs to ride that momentum, but he also needs to stay active, because he may eventually get that call. And you definitely don't want to get the call for an opportunity to fight for a title and not be ready, especially against a fighter like Jermall Charlo. But I also want to see what's next for Jermall Charlo. We know that his fight that he had coming up, I think it was supposed to be in his hometown of Houston. And that fight was supposed to happen, I want to say around July, August, or somewhere along in there. And they pulled the plug on the fight, because he was supposedly injured. So he hasn't had anything come up as far as rescheduling of the fight. Nothing has come up in terms of any potential opponents for a comeback fight or his next fight, if you will. So I'm eager to see what's going to happen. There's a lot of talk, a lot of chatter out there about Jermall, and that he may not be returned to the sport. I don't necessarily believe that talk. I think it's just a lot of just kind of a lot of rumors that are out there. But I definitely think that I don't think we've seen the last of Jermall Charlo in the ring, and I think in 2023 he'll get back in the ring. Hopefully in the first quarter of the year. I definitely don't think it's going to be against Adames, though, and probably rightfully so, because I think that would be probably be a mistake for Jermall Charlo, coming off of all the inactivity, to go directly into a fight against this guy. But if he chooses to do that, then great. But I think we'll see Jermall Charlo take more of a softer touch in his comeback fight when he comes back next year. And when we'll see Adames probably fight, hopefully somewhere around the same time frame, and then hopefully we see these guys come together in the fight after that. And if they don't come together, if it's because Jermall Charlo opts to go up to 168, which we hear a lot about, and if should that happen, then I still want to see Adames get his opportunity to fight for that vacant title. I don't want to see it just given to him. I want to see him get an opportunity to fight someone for the right to earn that title. I know there are people who will say, well, he's done everything he needs to do if he gets in that mandatory position, and then if Jermall vacates. But I don't like guys not fighting for the title, even if it's for a vacant title, because fans today, you know, and other fighters like to throw it up in their face that they were given the title and call them email champions and all of that stuff. So let's see if Jermall does move up to 168. I'd like to see Adames get an opportunity to fight someone for that vacant title. I don't want to see him put in a position where he's the interim type champion and then he's just given the championship just because the other guy goes up or because the other guy vacates or something like that. But I know I'm putting the cart before the horse, because Jermall Charlo at this time is the 160-pound WBC middleweight WBC champion, and he hasn't said anything about going anywhere. So I'm hoping that he's there to defend his title soon. And like I said, I'm hoping that Carlos Adames stays on the path to get his shot at the title. And I'm hoping that these guys come together and we get a great title defense from Jermall Charlo versus Carlos Adames, and we can tune in and watch it and be entertained. But that's all I got on it. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.